The Los Angeles Lakers just dodged a major bullet in this 116-110 win over the Memphis Grizzlies. Sure, it was a great win, but a bigger storyline would have been Anthony Davis and his injury. But we have a new update regarding Anthony Davis's left shoulder after he exited the game in the third quarter, although he did come back in the fourth to help the Lakers get their 14th win of the season, end their couple-game losing streak, and take down the Memphis Grizzlies, who not only are in-season rivals with the Lakers, but also a team that had won 11 out of their last 12, including 4 straight games, and were one of the hottest teams in the Western Conference, and one of the best wins that the Lakers have gotten this upcoming season. And welcome to Lakers Digest here. My name is Hunter Pitcoff. We cover everything surrounding your Los Angeles Lakers, guys, and I am not kidding when I say that we are just 2 subscribers of this, as of this recording, 2 subscribers away from reaching 3,100 subs. I challenge you guys. I said that I wanted to reach 3,100 before the end of 2024, and we are just 2 away. We are so close to getting that goal. I appreciate all of you supporting anyway, but if you're already watching these videos, I know a lot of you are, stop what you're doing right now. Just hit subscribe. Hit that platinum status before we get into today's video here. The Lakers dodging a major bullet in this game. And here is an update on Anthony Davis right now here. And he said it himself. A guy who had 40 and 16 tonight, 40 points, 16 boards, and absolutely left his blueprint on this game, saying that it was just a stinger in terms of that left shoulder injury. Went back into the locker room, got some work done, had 4 more fouls. Anyway, was time for me to go out. Anthony Davis talking about him getting himself into a little bit of foul trouble in that one. But AD tonight was absolutely fantastic. And anytime he hits the ground, you get worried because this is now your franchise player. And you can argue whether LeBron's better or AD's better right now. But Anthony Davis is 31 years old. LeBron is turning 40 in a couple of days here in December. So Anthony Davis is your present and future franchise player of this team. Anytime you see him go down, it always looks like he has like a season-ending injury, and then he just kind of gets back up and plays through it. And this was no different in this one. And again, just want to highlight. Also shot 15 of 22 from the field, 9 of 12 from the line, 4 offensive rebounds. We know the Lakers have been struggling in that department. 2 steals and a block also. I mean, Anthony Davis did everything in his power, and you clearly saw it too when he exited the game that the Los Angeles Lakers were a much worse team with him off the floor. And I think at this point he might be the most valuable Laker just because defensively what he brings, they just don't have anyone that can replicate that. Whereas LeBron, at least the Lakers have playmakers and some good scorers as well outside of LeBron James. Again, they're 2 of the best players in the league. I'm not minimizing any of their values, but I am saying that Anthony Davis just brings something that they just do not have on this Lakers team. So let's praise the basketball gods yet again that Anthony Davis seems like he dodges a pretty major, significant shoulder injury here, and he's able to come back, hit some big shots, including the game-sealing dunk after a rebound by Austin Reaves there to ultimately win this game. But he was not the only player that stepped up in this big-time performance in Los Angeles tonight, and that is Max-imizing the Starting 5 and Max Christie getting the starting nod over Gabe Vincent, over Dalton Knecht, over Cam Reddish, over D'Angelo Russell. JJ Redick is throwing Max Christie into the fire here and running with the starting lineup. And now LeBron's back. I mean, that's a big storyline too. LeBron's finally back. And it's kind of crazy because there's so much that happened in this game that we kind of forget that, oh yeah, LeBron came back after he missed some time with a sore foot and also some personal reasons he stepped away from the team. So, but Max Christie in this game was absolutely phenomenal. JJ Redick saying that Max Christie boosted the team tonight. Noting his size and athleticism and feel for the game has added to this group in his first start alongside Reaves, Rui Hachimura, LeBron, and AD. And then JJ Redick also saying earlier today that he wants to have that starting 4 outside of Max Christie. So LeBron, AD, Rui, And Austin, he sees those 4 being starters, and that 5th guy, he was looking for a more point of attack, defensive-minded player who can also hit some perimeter shots. And that is what Max Christie is. He's a point of attack defender. He has size. He has athleticism on the wing. And he's someone who can hit shots. And I think Max is also just a very smart player. He plays within the system. He plays within the offense. Very rarely is he going to be the reason you lose a game. Sometimes he doesn't make enough of an impact, and maybe he's not the reason you win. But he definitely made his impact felt here. And while he only had 7 points, I believe only shot, let's look at the numbers again, guys. I think he only shot about 1 of 3 from the field. 4 free throws, 4 of 4 from the line. Again, he's getting it done, icing the game at the charity stripe as well. But I was really more impressed with the defense he put on John Morant here. He had that boy in a jail cell tonight. 31 minutes for John Morant, 6 of 21 from the field. Still had 20 points here because he did get to the line quite a bit. 6 assists, 7 boards. Had, if I'm reading that right, you have 7 turnovers. John Morant, this was a very rough game for Ja. And the Grizzlies could not afford Jaren Jackson Jr. getting out of this game either because he was the best offensive player that they had tonight. He ends up fouling out in typical Triple J fashion. But Max Christie was phenomenal in this game. And J.J. Redick praising him. And Max Christie, to me, just from a pure skill set perspective, if you want to start Austin Reaves, Rui Hachimura, LeBron, and Anthony Davis, the guy who is healthy right now that fits the best from a skill set perspective on this roster currently is Max Christie because he can shoot the ball. He does not need a lot of touches offensively to be effective in a game. He embraces the challenge of being the guy who can guard the team's best player, and he's giving you more offensively than Cam Reddish is. And he's a much more smarter player who kind of plays within a system better. Now, he doesn't have Cam Reddish's size. He doesn't have the disruptive ability. Cam Reddish has such quick hands and has such a knack for getting his hands on a basketball, whether it's deflections, just flat out getting cookies, getting steals, blocks. But Max Christie doesn't necessarily have as much of that to his game, but he just plays really good point of attack, keep your man in front of you defense, which that might be Jared Vanderbilt's role when he's back, but Jared Vanderbilt does not have any sort of perimeter game, whereas Max Christie does. And also Max Christie getting to the line 4 times. Max Christie going at Zach Edey and drawing a foul. We know how freaking big he is. He was not scared. And I just think his skill set fits nicely. And for a team that kind of lacks size, Max Christie is also a very good rebounder as a guard. I'm not sure how many rebounds he had tonight. He had, let's see here, 2 rebounds, which is not great, but did get an offensive board there. But Max Christie, what I love about his game, when you watch the film, he goes up with both hands and keeps the ball high. That's like rebounding 101, is go up with both hands and keep the ball high. You don't bring it down. You don't, half it, go one hand, try to get a tip. He goes up strong and gets boards. And he's very athletic. I think a little more athletic and has a much better vertical leap than people think he does, just because that's not really his game, attacking the basket like that. But he's a very good athlete. He's very agile. Positionally, a very solid defender, especially for someone who's only 21 years old. We always forget, it's his 3rd season as a Laker, but he's still 21. He's a very young player. Dalton Connect's 23. Quincy Oliveri is 23. And Max Christie's been in the league for 3 years, and he's significantly younger than both of those guys. So it just shows you that Max still has a lot of room to grow. When you sign a guy to a 4-year, $32 million contract, you're betting on the upside. You're not necessarily betting on you are betting on what he can do now, but you're signing him to a big contract for an unproven 2nd-round pick to become something that he isn't right now. And maybe him being in the starting lineup will help ultimately elevate his game, and he should get a lot of clean looks with the amount of attention LeBron and AD draws. But that's going to bring up to a final point here, guys. Can the Los Angeles Lakers build off this momentum? Because we've seen them be consistently inconsistent, not only this season, but really the last 3+ seasons with the Lakers have endured. So this is a really nice win. Defensively, a really nice win for the Lakers for a team that struggled defensively. And I'm not sure they're Max Christie in the starting 5 lineup move away from being a great defensive team or even just good, but this definitely does help. And it clearly was a smart move by J.J. Redick. And until they maybe trade for somebody, and we'll definitely talk about trade videos now. I know we've been ramping it up a bit, but December 15th, guys, now guys who signed this past free agency are eligible to be traded. So let the games begin. The flood works are going to start. We already saw Dennis Schroeder, former Laker himself, get moved to Golden State. So that's a potential Laker target that they won't have. We do have a video on that. Go check it out on the channel. But what we do know is that the Lakers right now still have an imperfect roster. And there are probably going to have to be moves to be had. I don't want to get into too much now, but they have a nice layoff here until Thursday. That's their next game against the Sacramento Kings. So they'll have some time to recoup, figure out what they want to do. Are they going to make a move? Are they not in these next couple of days? This is definitely a good time to evaluate the roster. Good time for LeBron to keep getting some rest in his first game back. Anthony Davis can nurse that shoulder injury. We know Austin Reaves is still kind of ramping up and getting back after he had that scary fall against the Oklahoma City Thunder and missed about 5 games. But Lakers now sit at 14-12. They're right in the thick of things still. Despite the inconsistent season, they still are in the thick of things in the Western Conference. And all it takes is just going on a nice little win streak here and a nice little run to find themselves back in the top 3 or 4 in the Western Conference. And getting a good win against a really good, surging Memphis Grizzlies team is nice. And just the pettiness of me, I love being the Memphis Grizzlies. They talk way too much rah-rah for a team that hasn't really done a whole lot outside of the regular season. But that's just me. We're going to end it on that note, guys. 116-110 win. Lakers, they almost blew that one too, dodging a major bullet, not only with Anthony Davis's health and him seeming A-okay, just getting a stinger with that left shoulder injury, but almost blowing a 20-point lead here. But the Lakers still were able to get in control the entire game and fend off the Memphis Grizzlies. And again, guys, I'm going to say it just one more time. Just one more time. It's a season of giving, right? You can give back. Subscribe to the channel. 2 subscribers away. It could be you. You could be the 31st, 100th. I don't even think I said it right. The 3100th. That's definitely right. Subscriber to this channel. We are growing. We're in the middle of the season. I promise you guys, we're going to give you all the content for the Lakers. We follow this team extremely intensely. Me and my co-host, we care a ton about the video. We care a ton about the channel. I promise you, we're going to give it everything you have. So return that same energy to us and give it everything you have and go support the channel. Thank you, guys. See you next time.